Okay, a little update on the Comanche. My father's been doing like a lot of body work on it, so he's got this side all done. I got the panels welded in and all that. Sorry I haven't made an update on this in a while, but been busy working on it and not filming it. And this side is, Dad's still working on it. You got the panels welded in, they're not perfect. Some of the old sheet metal didn't cooperate. I had a few spots like that where, she blew through the old metal and I had to kind of spot it in. But, some of it came out pretty good. So hopefully that side will look like the driver's side pretty soon. But right now, I'm going to replace this old wiper motor. It only works on high. And, it's pretty worn out. Like when the windshield is dry, it can't even hardly like close itself. And ooh, I ripped the rubber, but I guess that happened. I'm pretty sure this is original. I don't think I've ever changed it since I've owned it, which I've owned it since '07. Ugh. I'm gonna have to. Oh God, it's just. There we go. Get that shit out of there. Made in France. Yeah, so apparently you take off some Torx bits, a couple under the hood, wiggler on out there, and I'll change it out. I think I'm going to have to splice the plug in because the new one doesn't have a plug, and I'm not sure if the colors are going to line up. They're supposed to, but we'll see. Alright, I got the old motor and armature out. Wires are a little bit different color. This is a 90 Comanche. This is 99% sure this is the original motor. Has the round plug. So looks like I scratched off the paint a little bit. So blue to blue, green to gray, black to black, and then should be red to red, and is it all of them? White to white. Anyway, we'll get it figured out, see how it goes. All right, got her all installed there. Got the old one here. So I'm going to chop this plug off and solder in. And I'm just going to follow these wires, like blue lines up with blue there. Gray lines up with green. And black lines up with black. I know you can't see that. They sprayed black paint like over this whole thing. Like I had to scratch some of the paint off. And then we got black and white up here. Same as, red and white, sorry. Same as up here. So I'm going to use my little self-soldering butt connectors that I like and get that plug swapped over. I'm going to use the same plug. I don't have a different plug. I know some people upgrade these things, with like newer motors and stuff, but I'm just going to reuse the old plug because, before this thing gave out, it worked fine. I never had a problem with it. It wasn't really all crusty. It was actually pretty nice. Pretty clean when I pulled it apart. I'm going to have to tape some of the rubber back up over the new one, or maybe use a motorcycle inner tube or something to makeshift a rubber boot since I destroyed the old one. So soldering wires is the best, and I use these. They got the little solder and the shrink tube all built in, and I'm sure it's not like as good as it being one whole piece continuous wire, but let me know if there's any disadvantages, if anybody knows of like why these would be not good to use, because I've been using them on a bunch of stuff for a while now, and I gotta say I like them quite a bit. They're pretty handy, so it's gonna be my go-to. So I'll show you kind of how I like to do it. So get your shrink tube on there, right? Focus. Then I like to twist the wires together, something like that. This is going to be a little bit of a tight fit. All right. So this is a little tight. There we go. Wasn't the best slide over in the world, but alright, here we go. So I use a lighter. Heat her up pretty good. Start to see that solder flow. And kind of hit the end, shrink her down. And you should be good to go. Looks pretty good, so I'm going to do that to all of them. Alright, so all soldered together. All the colors matched up but one. We had to go, you know, gray to green, but everything should be fine. It all matches up the same. You know, blue at the bottom, gray in the middle on this one, green in the middle on that one. Black still here. And then the top, white and red. So, yeah, that all lines up. So I'm going to put it all back together and see how it goes. Tape it up and stuff and whatnot. Okay. It's not the best prep work in the world, but we're going to use it as a test piece. I'm going to try spraying my tailgate with thinned out Rust-Oleum. And I'm going to use the tailgate, I guess, as a test piece. So let me see here. Alright, this is the stuff I got. So we're using basically this stuff, oil-based Rust-Oleum, a little, you know, shot of the hardener, I guess people say helps, and acetone. So apparently the ratio is 4 parts this, 3 part that, and just a scooch of this. Stir it all up in there. We're using this Wagner paint sprayer that I got for free from a coworker. And yeah, we're going to see how that goes. I've seen a few videos on it, not sure, never tried it. And a lot of guys are using air sprayers. This is like an airless sprayer, so I don't know if that's going to work right, but we're going to make a test batch. I got a big old piece of cardboard from work that I'm going to kind of do a test spray on, and we will see, but wish me luck. Okay, that went pretty well. Took me a minute to get the sprayer set, you know, but first coat is on there, and yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, you can really see all the imperfections in this poor old tailgate now, but which you didn't really see as badly before, but the paint itself looks pretty nice. I mean, it's not glass, but it's pretty good for Rust-Oleum and acetone mixed in a paint sprayer. I'm going to let it tack up and dry a little bit, and then probably give it a second coat. I did have a little drippage on the nozzle of the darn paint sprayer and caused that, but you know, it's not going to be perfect anyway, so I think we'll just leave it, you know. Better than it was. Alright, second coat's on there. She looks pretty sharp, but man, you really can see all the imperfections in my poor old tailgate now. That ding shows up really good. Actually, you know, where there was that little bit of drip here, that actually flattened out on the second coat for the most part. You can just barely see it there a little bit, but yep, there's a ding. There's a ding. There's a ding. There's a ding. But as far as the finish on this, I mean, wow. I mean, it is pretty shiny. It is a pretty nice gloss. But wow, I did not realize the body work on this thing was that bad. But yeah, anyway, that's how she came out. 2 coats. Started the first coat about 25 minutes ago. Of course, the sun went away, you know, just as I kind of wanted a little help from it, but we'll give it all day to dry. You know, it's like, I think I started painting it at 10 or 12, so, you know, not supposed to rain today, so hopefully it's dry enough to handle by this afternoon, by dark or something. Yeah, so bad news. I painted my tailgate about an hour ago, and now looks like there's a little bit of mist, or just a quick drizzle. It wasn't supposed to rain today, damn it. But the paint is still tacky, and it's got little droplets all over it now, but I'm gonna not touch it, leave it alone. Maybe it'll dry and it won't ruin it, but I will probably be repainting this again. Oh well, it was a good trial run. Hopefully it doesn't rain anymore, because I really can't move this thing by myself without touching the paint. Maybe I can, but yeah, that is unfortunate. Yeah, you can see the mist on the CJ too. Darn it. Okay, I got my tailgate inside. I did move it by myself, and I turned on the heaters down here, and it's probably about 75, 80 degrees in here. And unfortunately, yes, all that mist that was outside did leave spots all over this thing. So I will be repainting it, unfortunately. And it's just about, let's see here. Yeah, she's pretty dry. Maybe just a hair tacky, but pretty dry. It's like, I don't know, 4:30 in the afternoon now, so it's been down here, since that first little drizzle. But unfortunately, as you guys can see, there's all little speckles everywhere, which is where all the little misty rain droplets that came down unexpectedly screwed it all up. Oh, another thing too, I forgot to address this. Like, I realized while I was editing this video that yeah, like literally I was like halfway through it working on my windshield wiper motor, and I never finished that. So good news, windshield wiper motor does work, still only on high. The switch needs to be replaced in the steering column, so we'll do a follow-up on that. But today, I was kind of really just working on this and fluid filming, my frame, and blowing that all out and trying to get it as winterized as I can, But I was really hoping I could get a nice paint job on my tailgate today. And unfortunately, the weather gods were not really on my side today. So I'm going to have to scuff this all down and do it again, which is a shame. But I do like the way the Rust-Oleum paint came out for the most part. I mean, that is shiny. Like, if it hadn't been, for the unfortunate rain drizzle of 2 seconds of killing my paint job, then it would have been pretty nice, Anyway, well, thanks for watching. I'll have more updates later, probably. But windshield wipers do work. Alright. End of the video, I suppose, for now, Got the windshield wiper motor in there, all back together. It works better, like it's a new motor, so it's not as, like, tired as the old one, but still only works on high, which is a bummer, so we got to change that switch in there. Other than that, just, some new stuff under the hood, new distributor cap, plugs, plug wires, that kind of thing, new ignition coil in there. Body work wise, Dad's been busy, so we got pretty much everything primed and sanded and all that. We got the fender flares back on that side. Tailgate, as you know, is downstairs, but this side's pretty good too. I think Dad wanted to give that one more good once over. Interiors, pretty good. All sort of in there. And oh, here comes Dad now. But anyway, just a little update. All right, my first Rust-Oleum paint job on a vehicle. Took me 2 tries. Did like the $15 air sprayer from Hobo Freight. Just peeled off most of the truck. But yeah, this cheap spray gun, heavy duty. But actually it worked pretty good. It started sputtering after, like, right towards the end, but it's not the glassiest finish, but I think it looks pretty good for like a home spray job. It's still really wet. I'm not going to peel everything until it's drier, but try to keep it nice and wet and get a nice glossy sheen on there, but I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. I'm gonna let it dry for a bit before I play with it anymore, although I really want to peel it. It's like a Christmas present that you have to, like, be really careful about opening, or you ruin your Christmas present. But anyway, we'll see you, give an update a little later.